Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I am Joey Francis, your life, love, and relationship coach. Thank you so much for joining me. Rejection. Something I didn't think I would have to talk about, but here we are. And it's with a very, very heavy heart that I have to say this is more about the guys than it is the girls. Now, granted, women aren't exactly safe from all this because even in my day, I have encountered women that couldn't take no for an answer and essentially stalked me for a bit. But to me, it's laughable, right? Because it's like in reality, what are they going to do? Now, granted, could they have done something? Yes, absolutely. Slashed my tires, had people follow me around to like beat me up or kill me or whatever the case is. So, sure, there's still a danger to it. But I don't think there's much of a danger as there is when a man can't take no for an answer. And this is where this whole topic comes from because over the past while, actually, you know what? I would even say the past handful of years of me coming into contact with women who are seeking some sort of help, I've heard very similar stories over and over again about guys that really can't take no for an answer. And when I say can't take no for an answer, I don't mean like beg and plead and oh, you didn't even get a chance to know me. You know, you're not even being reasonable and any of this stuff. I'm talking about that a woman will say to them, it's we're done. It's over. It's finished. And literally the guy will be like, yeah, okay, cool. And then the next day show up at their house being like, hey, sweetie, are you ready to go? We're going to go to dinner. We're going to go do lunch. And they're just completely delusional. Like they have absolutely no idea that she literally dumped him the day before. To the point that I've even been pulled in to these types of situations. And granted, I don't want to be pulled into these situations. This is like above my pay grade, so to speak. But I've been pulled into these situations and I've had to say like, hey, listen, like why do you think she's not being serious with you? Why do you think that that it's not over? Oh, because she does this all the time and she never means it and we always get back together. And you know what? Granted, that might be the case. That might be one of the reasons why, I guess, in that specific situation, that a guy didn't take it seriously because, you know, the woman consistently said, oh, we're done, and then called them back and said, oh, I'm sorry, I miss you, I love you, I want you back, blah, blah, blah. I overreacted to the point that the guy now can't take no for an answer because it's just happened so many times. And it's like, no, I think this time she's being serious. And he's like, yeah, but you know, last time she said she was being serious. And the time before that, she's being serious. And it's like, okay, how about this? Let's give her some space. And if she calls you, she calls you. And if she doesn't, you leave her alone. And luckily in that situation, the guy's like, all right, if you say so. And then he eventually did. Thank God. Because again, I don't want to be pulled into these situations because it gets a lot worse than that. So there was a woman that I was helping out and essentially her boyfriend was a narcissist. And granted, when I help people, I don't tell them what to do. I don't tell them anything. I ask them questions. I try to help them figure out their own lives by asking questions. And they come to their own conclusions by the end of it. Sometimes they want to walk away. Sometimes they want to dig deeper. And sometimes they realize what they have is very important to them and they want to keep it. But in terms of narcissists, it's these times that I feel like I do need to say something and be like, hey, listen, your current partner is a narcissist. And this goes both ways, could be men or women. is a narcissist. And like this could be like detrimental to your mental health. This could be detrimental to your physical health in some cases. So, you know, maybe you want to rethink this. And if you don't know exactly what like a person being a narcissist is, I highly suggest you go online and read everything you can about it so that you have a better idea of what to expect. Because narcissists have a very hard time of letting go. Very, very, very hard time of letting go. So I warned her, your partner's a narcissist. She's like, yeah, I don't know. And granted, she had her own issues with like self-esteem and things of that nature. So, you know, the narcissistic love bombing essentially like fed into it. But when it became too much to bear, she finally realized and wanted out. So she told him, hey, listen, you know what? It's done. And granted, this relationship was about 4 months long, give or take. And she wanted out. She's like, hey, listen, I'm done with you. I'm done with this. Because he would get very angry to the point where he was verbally abusing her and like yelling at her constantly in public, sending voice notes, like the whole 9 yards. So she had enough. She wanted to walk away. Fine. For the first, you know, couple of weeks, he gave her space. And I mean, even I was surprised. I was like, I don't know if this is really going to be it. I have a feeling he's going to come back. But hey, listen, if this is it, it's like count your blessings, move on with your life. Unfortunately, that wasn't it. So what ended up happening is she was staying with a friend in a like a beach resort type of place. This guy went there, found her, saw her sitting on the balcony with her friend, even though it was a man, you know, they were just friends and he was much older. He stood at the bottom, yelling up at the balcony, get down here, get your asses down here. And he was obviously swearing and going crazy. They obviously both went down. She felt so embarrassed because, you know, this is a friend and he has to deal with this yelling in front of all these other people that are like walking around. And they went down and she's like, listen, it's over. Like, leave me alone. Get out of here. The guy came. He's like, hey, listen, you know, like she's obviously not interested in seeing you or talking to you right now. Like, give her some space. And the ex proceeded to punch this guy out. Now, luckily, this guy was ex-police or some sort of like military something or other, because he took him down and like told her, call the 911. 911. Cops came, arrested him, whole 9 yards. Okay. You would think after being arrested that would be enough. No, that wouldn't be enough. So again, some time went by. And aside from he like phoning, text messages from different numbers, I might add, because she would continuously block the number. He would, you know, constantly like bother her. She tried to even get a restraining order. They wouldn't give her one because they said that her life wasn't in danger. Now, this guy was literally arrested for punching somebody out, but apparently her life's not in danger. And you know, listen, I love the police. I love firefighters. I love them all. But this time I'm going to wag my finger at them because, you know, the circumstances here are like blatant, right in your face. They didn't give her a restraining order. Not that it mattered with this guy, but let me finish with the story. So one day she gets home from doing her weekly grocery shopping, puts her car in the garage. Garage door's open. Her trunk is open. She's unloading the groceries, bringing them into her kitchen. And the kitchen, this is a 3-level like townhouse. So she's, you know, bringing them up. Kitchen's on the middle level. She hears apparently someone walk into her house saying her name. She freaks out, runs to the bathroom, locks herself in. Luckily, she had her phone with her. Dials 911. He proceeded to go onto the second level, and started banging on the bathroom door, banging and banging and banging and banging on the bathroom door to the point that he broke the bathroom door with his hand. His hand was all bloody. Bathroom doors are broken. Cops get there. And this is just like from what I heard. Obviously, I wasn't there. Cops get there. They, she gets out, runs to the downstairs, runs to the cops and tells the cops, this guy broke into my house and he like broke my bathroom door. Look at his hand. It's all bloody and blah, blah, blah. The cops are like, hey, wait a minute. What the heck is going on here? Pull him aside and start talking to him. And I guess he was a very, very good smooth talker because he tells the cops, oh, that's my girlfriend. She's overreacting. We had a little bit of a fight. His hand is bloody. The bathroom door is broken. And the cops are like, okay, listen, you know what? Just get out of here. Give her some space. Clearly she's angry with you. They didn't even investigate shit. Okay. Now she called me as soon, like after this ordeal happened, and I started almost yelling at her, like, you better go to the police station and you better like yell at them essentially, because somebody broke into your house, even like vandalized your house, broke your bathroom door. Like, obviously your life is in danger. They just let this guy go with nothing, no charges, nothing. You go yell at the cops. So that's exactly what she did. She got a restraining order, yelled at the cops. And, finally they put a restraining order on him. This is, by the way, 4 months after they initially broke up. 4 months. Okay. Some time goes by, and nothing really happens. It's a little bit quiet. So she finally thinks that, hey, you know what? I think I'm finally like rid of this guy. No, she wasn't. I think it was like 6 months after that incident. So we're talking almost a year after they broke up. She was at a random coffee shop getting coffee and walking back to her car. And he literally tackled her to the ground. Luckily, there were some bystanders there that started yelling at him and calling the cops. And he pinned her to the ground. And he was yelling at the people saying like, hey, get off of her. I'm calling the cops. He's yelling. He's like, listen, if I get off her, I'm going to kill you. I am going to kill you. Luckily, they didn't do that. The cops arrived. Again, he got arrested, even with a restraining order. Like, it didn't even matter to him. And, she got up. She was okay, luckily. And, yeah. And funny enough, to this day, this is going on, I think, 2 years now. To this day, he still will randomly call her and text her from all different numbers saying how he misses her, loves her, wants her, I hate you, you're a bitch, you're this, you're that, and continues like having conversations with himself going back and forth. Obviously, this is an extreme case of rejection and someone not handling rejection because of that narcissistic component. But this is just to illustrate how severe the problem can get. And I mean, this can even go even worse. But this is what I experienced personally through somebody I knew. This isn't me watching a movie on TV and, an ex-boyfriend kidnaps his ex-girlfriend and whatever. No. This is a one-to-one thing, which is really freaky. Because if this is going on, that I am one person away from experiencing it myself, what is really going on out there? And then on top of it all, I hear it from multiple women all the time, how they will meet someone online. And you know that I do appreciate online dating and its usefulnesses. But they will talk to someone online. And as I've mentioned many, many times, knowing what you want and having a very, very good idea of what you don't want, right? Well, if somebody doesn't meet one of those lists, obviously you walk away. And yet guys will proceed to be like, hey, wait a minute. You didn't even give me a chance. You didn't even let me talk to you on the phone. You didn't even let me take you out on a date. And it's but I don't want to take you on a date because you don't have what I'm looking for. Full stop. Like, that's it. It's done. And yet they still fight and fight and fight. And I hope that anybody listening to this pass this on to anyone that you think might have a problem with rejection. Because here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, both of you, if you have a problem with rejection, nothing you say and nothing you do, nothing, zero, will bring back an ex-partner. Nothing you say and nothing you do will give someone like the idea to give you another chance. It's not happening. It's not going to happen. I'm telling you right now, it is not going to happen. You can fight all you want. It is not going to happen. And in the very, very rare cases that by any chance someone's playing games with you and they want you to fight for it and come back, they aren't worth your time. Okay? So realize that when you get rejected, somebody is telling you that they do not like you. From that point forward, any energy, anything that you do to try to get them back is just a waste of your time. It's a waste of your resources and it's a waste of your energy. And see, like, we may not realize it today because of however old we are, but our time is limited. It is literally the only commodity in the world you cannot get back. So rather than, ponder and think, oh, what can I say? What can I do to get this person back? Don't bother. Go out and find someone who wants you for you. Not someone who literally tells you, I don't want you. And then you're like, no, yeah, you do. You totally do. You do want me. No, they explicitly say that they don't. Take that message as if God Almighty himself came down and told you this. Move on with your life. And I'm going to be honest with you. If somebody says to you that they're done with you, and then a week later, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, they come back, listen, to me, the answer is still no. It's you dumped me. Why am I going to take you back? Why would I want to take you back? You rejected me. You said I wasn't good enough for you. Why would I take you back? Because they had time to think about it and change their mind? That's a very dangerous thing. Now listen, I'm all about second chances when they're deserved. I'm all about second chances when they're deserved. But if somebody isn't going to realize what I am and what they have and dump me, then want me back, to me, no. Because what's going to stop you from doing it again and again and again and again? I'm not 20 years old. I'm not like here to play around because you woke up one day thinking, I don't think he's the right guy for me. And then a week goes by and you're like, shit, I really miss him. I really miss him. I think I want him back. Okay, I want you back now. I want you back. I realized I want you back. And listen, the choice is yours, whether you go back to somebody who's rejected you. But just to reiterate, if somebody rejects you, they clearly do not see your value. They don't like you for who you are. They don't like you for what you are. They want nothing to do with you. Save your breath, save your time, and move on with your life. Listen, if it sucks, it sucks. If you need time to, process it, take the time to process it. I'm not telling you to right away to go find somebody else. I'm just saying, understand that that's it. It's done. Allow yourself to feel whatever emotions come up. Okay? And if your like self-esteem is hurt and like you have some insecurities from this, remind yourself of the person that you are. Remind yourself of like your accomplishments, things that you're proud of. Engage in self-care. Take care of yourself. Do things that prioritize you relaxing, going back to normal. Anything that promotes well-being. And, you know, for that, it's going to be different for everybody. Journal if you need to. Get things out by writing them down. And I mean, if you don't know how to do that, I do have a book that is not near me right now, so I can't hold it up. But it is called The Logic of Me, a guided journal for self-discovery. And if you need help in that area, I highly suggest you buy my book and go through it, because it is literally a guide that will help you figure yourself out, figure your shit out, and essentially teach you how to journal and teach you how to live life more clearly. So there's lots of ways to get over, you know, being rejected. But one of those ways should not be chasing people down, trying to convince them otherwise, because it's not going to work. I don't know how many more times I need to say it. It's not going to work. It is not going to work. Do not, under any circumstance, keep chasing someone that doesn't want you. Just stop. Don't do it. Don't stalk them. Don't call them. Don't text them. None of it. Just move on with your life. And I know sometimes the reason that people do those things is because they just can't handle being rejected. And I understand that, especially when it comes to men, they do not deal with their feelings. They do not deal with their emotional selves. They do not get help if they need it. And I think in a couple like past episodes, I've even said, like talked about, you know, guys that have just completely swept all their shit under the rug and just continued living life. A lot of guys are not self-aware or emotionally intelligent, right? And it's hard to say, like, are those individuals ready for dating? Can't answer that question. Because just because you're not self-aware or emotionally intelligent doesn't necessarily mean you're not ready to date someone. Two completely different things. It's just that because of their lack of self-awareness and the lack of emotional intelligence, that they tend to overreact when getting rejected. Now, granted, I think that in the landscape, it is getting better. And I think I've mentioned before about ghosting and, you know, giving someone a little bit of consideration and saying like, hey, listen, I'm not interested in you anymore, and walking away. I mean, even within my guidelines of dating, obviously a lot of it is for you to be safe. And again, either or, men or women, and providing someone with the least amount of information about you, that is like personal information, so that if you wanted to like cut it off, they have a very, very hard time trying to find you, stalk you, etc., etc. And granted, some people out there are very, very good at what they do, and they're very, very good actors. And they will lie to you and convince you that they're like the sweetest, nicest person ever. And then the minute you're like, listen, I like you, I appreciate you, there's nothing there. And then all of a sudden it's like a switch. And here comes the devil incarnate and, you know, where are you going? You're mine, and et cetera, et cetera. So you do have to, you know, live carefully, but not stop living at the same time. Just do things more in a more careful manner. And granted, technology has gotten really good at being able to block people and, you know, put them out. And I'm going to be honest with you, if you are someone that has a hard time letting go, out of sight, out of mind. That's my favorite saying in this case. Out of sight, out of mind. If someone, breaks up with you and they're like, hey, listen, maybe we can still be friends. No. Mm-mm. No. I mean, this is your decision to make, obviously. But if you have feelings for them and they want to break up with you, out of sight, out of mind, because it's the easiest and best way to get over something, as opposed to having it stand in front of your face and teasing you over and over and over again, reminding you of what you lost or what doesn't want you. It's not good for the it's just not good for us carrying that shit around. Out of sight, out of mind. Someone breaks up with you and you might have a hard time letting go. Delete and block. Delete everything they've ever sent to you and block them, and hope that you don't run into them, on the street type shit. And even if you do, turn your head the other way and keep walking. I think that's pretty much it, right? I think that's pretty much it. Well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. Remember, if somebody dumps you or if somebody wants nothing to do with you, listen to them and walk away and move on with your life and go find something better. Okay. Because if you remember, my number one deal breaker, I only like people who like me, right? So if someone doesn't like me, then I don't like them. Accept that into your life. I'm giving you this. You can take it, use it, run with it. Okay. If somebody doesn't like you, they're not worth your time. This isn't like hey, I don't like you, and it's like, oh, I accept that challenge. I'm gonna make you like me. No, don't even bother. Don't waste your time. Okay, we're older now. We don't need to play these games. Go find somebody that actually likes you. It's just that simple. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up right there. Rejection. Walk away gracefully. Move on with your life. Thank you so much for listening. If by any chance you wanted to buy my, guided journal or my other book, Logical Guide to Happiness, you can go to my website. That's joeyfrancis.com, joeyfrances.com. And there, if you really wanted to, because last week somebody wrote in and we talked about it. Oops, I'm sorry. You can write in, and if you want, we can make it an episode, or I can just respond to you personally and answer any questions you may have. Again, thank you so much for listening. You have no idea how much I appreciate each and every single one of you. I do this to provide the world with some sort of insight and information. And I honestly hope, even if I can just help one person, it all makes it worthwhile to me. So remember, love yourself, go out into the world and make decisions that are best for you. I think that's what I've been saying. Until next time.